lucky to get lots of awesome products and the latest tech and gadgets to try out here in the studio at Scan. But I have to say that this Asus ROG gaming phone might just be one of the coolest we have ever had. Now, mobile phones are obviously a staple of modern living, and for a little bit of light gaming on the go, most smartphones do a decent enough job. The Asus ROG 7 Ultimate that I've got here, though, knocks the others out of the park. As you'd imagine, with it being an Asus Republic of Gamers phone, this has been designed entirely around gaming and aimed at hardcore gamers, with loads of extra cool features packed in to enhance your experience. From the awesome graphics, incredibly cool add-on cooler, to the long battery life and the included global ROG forum so that you can connect with other gamers. So really, it goes without saying that you get the absolute best experience of any phone on the market when playing your favourite titles. The design and attention to detail that Asus have included is off the scale. Let me show you around my favourite parts first, and then we'll get into the specs. So first things first, aesthetically this is a really beautiful phone. If I turn it around here and show you the back, you'll see here this RGB panel. It's really cool. It's very different to anything else that you'll find on any other smartphone out there, and it just marks it out as something really cool. You can actually change this within the phone itself. You can even upload your own designs. Again, a really cool little design feature there. And if you take a look at the cameras here, even the way they've designed this is a little nod to gaming. It looks almost like a PC tower. It just looks really cool. All of the attention to detail, as I say, that they've added in is really great. Of course, you get the add-on cooler here. This is the Aero Cooler 7. And once this is clipped on, you can not only monitor the temperature of your phone, but it also doubles up as a controller and even as a subwoofer too. And of course, I love all of the sound effects in here, which are really reminiscent of sci-fi genre. All the attention to detail that Asus have added, which actually make a big difference to your experience using this phone and make it feel really special. Sadly, as it's such a cool piece of gadgetry, I also had to share the time I had with the Asus ROG Ultimate 7 with the studio crew here, some of whom are avid gamers and very harsh critics, but they all loved it too. In fact, they were so impressed, we had to tear it away from them. So here's the full rundown of the specs of features of this awesome phone. For the processor, you get a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is great for gaming thanks to its own AI processor to optimise performance and power. You get 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. The screen itself is 165 Hz, 1 millisecond Samsung AMOLED, which is 6.78 inches. You get a 720 Hz touch response rate, and of course, the battery that I mentioned there is a high capacity 6,000 milliamp hours battery with 65 watts hypercharge, giving you up to 100% charge in just 42 minutes. For the cameras on here, you get a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 main sensor with a 13 megapixel ultra-wide angle camera, a 5 megapixel macro camera and a 32 megapixel front camera. And of course, it's on the latest Android operating system 13 with ROG UI. And for the audio, as I mentioned, the Aero Active Cooler 7 doubles up as a subwoofer to give you a portable 2.1 sound system. In the box itself here, which is really beautifully designed, you get the phone itself, the Cyber Flight panel, an Aero 7 active cooler with its own case, a USB-C to USB-C cable, and of course a power supply. And super cool, the flight panel also doubles as an unboxing mission, which is a great way to get to know your phone for the first time. Now let's take a look on the phone itself. And already pre-installed on here is Armoury Crate, which is the software that you use to control and get the best use of your Asus ROG products. So I'll show you around Armoury Crate now. First thing you'll see here is your temperatures. So you can see the CPU temperature here at the top and also your GPU, and then it will show you as well your storage and how much is being used on all of that. So really handy information that you can access really easily through Armoury Crate. Below that is where you select your mode. We've got X mode on at the moment, which is the best performance for gaming, of course. You can change that to dynamic, which is optimized performance for daily use. Or if you want to save your battery, then you can go on to ultra durable, which will reserve power as much as possible. But of course, we're going to stay with X mode so we can get some gaming done. Below here where it says ROG Vision, this is where you change that absolutely gorgeous RGB graphic animation on the back. You click on there, then we'll turn the phone sideways and you can see just some of the great images that you can choose from. Let's go for this one. This one looks really cool. I'll turn it around so you can see there. And if I scroll through and change to different ones, you should see that change on the back there. So you've got some really nice options to choose from. Let's maybe pop it back onto this one here. And then you've got things like incoming call, you can change that up. And you can show things like your battery display on there as well. So loads of different things that you can choose from, as well as upload your own. So you can really have some fun with that one. But I'll flip it back. Let's get back into the menu. And underneath here as well is the Aero Active Cooler 7. I'll pop that on for you in just a second. Before looking down here at the bottom, you can see where you'd access that unboxing mission as well if you want to have a go at that. That's lots of fun. Let's take a look though now. If I pop the cooler onto here, I'll just lay it down like that. It clicks in really easy. It's got a USB-C slot here, so you know exactly where to pop it. Click it into place, and then you should get a message on the screen. Here we go. AeroActive Cooler is now ready to go, and you can see here your cooler temperature and also your system temperature there as well. So loads of handy information through Armoury Crate at your fingertips. Once that clicks into place, you get the flashing lights here on the back. This also doubles, as we say, as your controller and also your cooler. If you go into the more settings there as well, you can actually choose your cooling mode. I've got it on frosty at the moment, so you can hear that fan at the back. You can change it to cool or to smart. So if you were, say, watching a movie and you wanted it to be a bit quieter, you might go into smart mode. If you're gaming and you want it to be all about cooling, then you knock it up to frosty. So if you're just as impressed as we've been and would like to get hold of your own Asus ROG gaming phone, then the 7 and the 7 Ultimate that I've got here are available to buy now at scan.co.uk. You won't be disappointed.